Welcome to Review-O-Meter. I'm your host, Peter. Thank you, all you hot doggers, for listening into this podcast where we watch 4 random titles and rank them within one random theme. Currently, our theme is Netflix Guest Choice. Joining me today via Discord, we have Caesar, our assistant to the regional host.
Yeehaw!
Okay. Next up, is anyone here a co-host?
Kira.
And we're with a few other friends.
Thought Kira was, but okay.
I don't remember. Kira, co-host?
I'm gonna follow Caesar on this country boy train and say, hey, howdy, hey.
And there's Bailey.
Hey, howdy he, all you country cowboys and cowgirls out there.
That was good. Write that one down.
Are we gonna watch something country today? Is that the vibe I'm getting?
Ooh, we could do country.
Wait, we'll see. I don't know. We don't know who's gonna get picked.
Well, before we activate the shuffler, I would like to remind everyone that you each, except Bailey, have a reshuffle card.
Ooh,
Does he have 2? He has 2.
No, okay,
Yes.
no, we do not
Yeah.
have 2. No Christmas gifts were distributed in 2022 because this podcast was not really running during 2022. These cards were Christmas gifts to everyone who has ever joined Review-O-Meter before the end of the year 2021. So you each have one. And remember, you can only use your reshuffle card once.
Or twice.
Once.
Once if your fingers are crossed behind your back.
There we go.
So this is actually our last episode for Netflix Guest Choice.
Ooh.
So to quick review, we've watched first Monster House, then we did 21 Jump Street, then we did Labyrinth, and now it'll be our 4th title. So we'll make a giant list of ranking from our least favorite to our favorite between the 4.
An exciting conclusion.
You know what I thought about doing? We should probably think about doing, Peter. I thought about maybe it's an anniversary idea, but we do an episode on the number ones for different months, different topics that we covered, and see how they rank. I don't know how it worked, but it's just a top of my mind. Because imagine what was our number one for? I can't even think of what number ones were for a past couple of themes. But I can imagine this movie going up against Rise of Skywalker. That would be another one. So.
Yeah, we did put Rise of Skywalker at the top of the Star Wars theme.
Right?
We were left with little options.
Yes, we were.
I actually have thought of the same thing. I just don't know exactly how to do that because I don't know if I want us to review the same thing or even watch it. And if we don't watch it, are we really valuing our judgment? Because it's been so long since we've done the Star Wars one. It's been so long since we've done the Disney Channel original movies.
I don't know. It might be interesting just for an anniversary to throw everything to celebrate the show. Why not?
I'm kind of hesitant on celebrating more anniversaries. We don't tend to do well when we do that because we tend to not come back for another 7 months.
Hey, that was a one-time thing. Shit hit the fan, so it wasn't on us. So we just had to adjust. So
before we did the yearly anniversary, we also tried to do quarterly anniversaries, where back when I thought the themes were per month, I was trying to divide them amongst every quarter of a year, but based on how many themes we can get through, and I would determine 3 themes, celebrate a quarter, 3 themes, celebrate a quarter. It was dragging so much when we did that, so I don't know if we can continue that. But now that we passed the year threshold, maybe consider the yearly ones. I just don't think celebrating the second year is earned because we would literally have one theme in between the last year.
How about this? How about we do a quarter, literally a quarter of because we did January through May. That's
But that was because it was the first year of doing it,
Yeah. So that's a quarter. That's 25 cents right there. Not the whole 100%. It's 25 cents. So I give you a quarter, but I don't give you 75 cents for it. So you're going to get a quarter.
Maybe we can do it just as a very short episode.
Or that.
Maybe.
One of these days. We'll decide.
Yeah.
Or you can decide. Let us know at our Twitter, which is at Review-O-Meter, I think.
Without any of the hyphens.
Yeah, without hyphens.
Hyphens are bad.
Hyphens are bad. It would have been messy. The real Review-O-Meter.
That would have been good because all the ripoffs would have been like, nah, that's not real. You got
Nah,
the
it's the
real
real
one. Yeah.
Well, we can also let's just buy. Thanks to Daddy Elon, we can just buy our verification now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay, it has now come to that. It has now come to that. I'm not lost the words.
Amazing episode.
I love
so
that.
far.
I'm keeping that in.
Okay, it has now come to that time for us to activate the review-o-meter shuffler and see which title we will be reviewing.
Why are you laughing? What? Keep a straight face.
To see which title we will be reviewing. You know, every time you cut me off, I'm sure my audio goes down a little bit. That's why I repeat.
Yeah, sorry.
And it broke. Of course
What?
it broke.
No.
What? It hasn't broke for the past 2 episodes. It's breaking again? Wow, new year, same
I
old
know.
machine? What? That's crazy.
Well, I bought a new one,
Maybe it wants to celebrate anniversaries.
What the heck?
Oh my god.
but now it seems like this machine broke.
It did want to celebrate the anniversary.
Well, this is the Shuffler 2.0, Mark II, whatever we want to call it. I know you guys haven't fixed it before, but anyone want to try giving it a shot?
Look, okay, I think I have the instructions right
I'm
here.
not in IT, but I'll
Okay, yeah, I think me and Kira got it. Okay, Kira, you put that over there.
Yep.
I hold this, and okay, there we go.
lift with the legs.
Oh,
Yeah, there it goes.
And the winner is Kira!
What? That's crazy. That's insane. How'd that happen?
Who would have seen that coming? If you haven't watched the past few episodes, you knew exactly.
Listen, yeah.
So, Kira,
Hey, diggity dogs, time to shine.
the shuffler picked you by default.
whoa!
Congratulations. What is it that we will be reviewing today, Kira?
Oh my god, I can't wait to decide.
Minions Rise of Gru.
What? Wow!
Minions Rise of Gru.
I had no influence for the decision.
I haven't seen this
Oh
one.
my god!
You
I actually
haven't
have not.
seen? Oh,
Oh, I saw it twice in theaters. It's a film. Oh, it's so good.
I
have
haven't.
not either.
what?
So
Oh,
And it's on Netflix.
yes.
I've seen the first 2 Despicable Me's. I have not seen the first Minions. I've seen parts. I've seen the Orlando villain con that the new attraction is going to be based on. I saw that portion on television, but I saw nothing before and nothing after. So
I believe I've only seen. I'm like you, Peter. I've only seen the first 2 Minions movie, or the first 2 Despicable Me's, and then Minions 1. I haven't even seen Despicable Me 3.
same. But I honestly have no reason. I didn't hate the Despicable Me movies. Like, I think they're actually pretty profitable for Universal and Illumination. So
People love them Minions.
Even though you
Absolutely.
can't understand a single word they're saying.
It's funny because, like, I believe that, like, the Minions are overrated, but I love these films a lot. And I don't know why these yellow Tic Tacs have such a chokehold on me, but, like,
Not the yellow Tic Tacs.
it's getting hard to breathe with how much they have a chokehold on me.
Yeah,
They're
that's-
only getting stronger.
That's what we
Wow.
call Stockholm syndrome.
but they're pretty marketable.
Oh my god, honestly, you're probably right, Bailey.
Oh my god.
Also, Kira, your audio is kind of odd. Just letting you know. It's
Okay,
like
well, I
your
have my
mic's so-
AirPods in.
Oh, okay. It's like
Yeah.
you're in a cave and far away.
Oh, cool. Wait, let me.
Because she actually is.
She's calling this from a landline inside a cage.
And
Inside a
a
cave. I mean.
landline.
Yeah, inside a cave with a bear in it. Yeah.
What's a landline?
It's a land.
I think we should probably talk more about all the Despicable Me and all that after the review. So let's just jump into
Let's just
it.
jump into it. Absolutely.
Just jump into eating bananas. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah.
Jump into
really
the
tried.
pile of Tic Tacs.
Quit fishing for jokes.
Just go get that minion ass. It's like that. The minion ass. That.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Stick around and we'll come back with our thoughts and review of Minions: The Rise of Gru after these messages.
Okay, everyone, listen up. Thank you. Welcome to my laboratory. Here in this modern high-tech facility, we have been working diligently at inventing new supervillain weaponry, which I will be presenting to you today. This is my viewpoint blast, a device in the shape of a gun that changes the views and beliefs of whomever I'm targeting. It works like this. Dave!
Okay, pivotara.
Dave is one of my minions. I knew the guy since I was a child. Dave has always considered himself a humbling servant of Jesus Christ.
Tomato?
But with this device, I just have to view, point, and blast! I can control Dave's beliefs, and now he only serves me. Okay, thank you, Dave. Are we still on for Christmas? Next up, this is my gun fart, inspired after my invention, the fart gun, except this is an actual gun made up of farts. Yes, it's easy to hide in storage, let's say a suitcase or in a backpack. It's certainly an evil machine intended for the purpose of evil doing. It even has a potential buyer. The NRA wants to put it into market, not to my surprise. If you are interested to invest in my inventions, or even want to work with me as one of my minions, please give me a call. Or you can show up unattended to my house, located across the street, conveniently in front of VillainCon. My laboratory's in my basement. But do not cross the street if you see a parade going by. I'd be out of town. Thank you and have a good night. Oh no! You pressed the record again to stop recording. Ah!
And we're back from watching Minions: The Rise of Gru from Netflix.
Such a film. Oh my goodness, all the awards.
All the awards.
So I haven't even seen the first Minions movie in full, but I kind of don't know if I really need to. This really felt like the origin for Gru.
The previous one was more the origins for the minions and how they met Gru. I feel like this is the one of how, like, because you can definitely tell where, like, Wild Knuckles' house is, like, where his house is going to be. Like, it just sets up Despicable Me.
Yeah, and how he meets Dr. Nefario. It even gave us a little glimpse of young Vector.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But what I could really distinguish between like the two franchises, even though I've only just seen the one in these two films, is Despicable Me really revolves around the heart of the story, right? It's about this single guy who thinks he has it all, wants to just be a villain, even though he still cares for his minions, right? And he discovers that there's a lot more that he's missing out on when he adopts the three girls. And that's obviously Despicable Me. The commercials back then, when the movie was coming out, advertised it to be just like a goofy, villainous story with all these marketable little characters that you're going to love. You don't really need to know more. That's all I got when I really went to go see Despicable Me for the first time. So I was very much surprised. Honestly, I almost said disappointed. I don't know why that almost went out of my mouth. But I was very much surprised, and I very much enjoyed the movie. And I think maybe this movie leans more towards it's the preconception I had back then with the lovable characters. But I think I love these characters just enough that it holds its own film. Personally, I think that I still got a kick out of the minions alone in their little side quests in this film. I'll get to that part because that whole B section of the movie is kind of on its own world. But even with the Gru stuff, it was still very believable. I actually really liked Steve Carell's performance, even though they high pitched his voice, and it didn't bother me. Like it held up an entire movie. So it's obviously a movie more for the littler kids, even though Despicable Me is also for the little kids, but it's a little bit more for the littler kids. And it's still enjoyable, it's still a good movie.
And tell that to all the young adults that went to watch that movie to dress up like Gru for some reason. Just caused like a whole trend to go on TikTok. Do you know about
Wait,
that?
remember when they all wore like, I don't know if they dressed like Gru, but I know that there was definitely a trend and they all wore like prom suits or like tuxedos. And I
Yes.
was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yes, yeah. There was a basically like a meme that went on that they would go into theaters and like dress like Gru and some like minions, and they would like cause like issues. Like I know some of them, the times I think one time they threw bananas at the screen in one theater, I think so.
And man, all I know is that like crap was crazy. It's semi unrelated, but sort of related. Like I distinctly remember going to see Boss Baby, which is I think kind of the same style, right? I forget if it's no Boss Baby is Blue Sky, right? It's not
No, it's
Illumination.
DreamWorks.
No, that's I was gonna say.
Okay, but same sort of like vibe, I think. Anyway, my friends wore like tuxedos and top hats to that, and I was like, dear God.
Does Baby really have a following?
It definitely does.
Really?
Just go look it up. I
That's another
feel
one I
weak
haven't seen.
sharing anymore.
You haven't seen Peter. What are you doing? How can you not seen these classical animation films?
Classical.
Yes. How have you not seen these movies?
So, how do you rate this between the first Minions and this Minions? Because since I haven't even seen the first one, I don't even actually know how they meet Gru.
Ooh, I got it. Okay. So you know how they say a thing. I don't know if you guys seen The Godfather, but I've never seen The Godfather. But I always hear this thing about The Godfather 1 and 2. They say Godfather 2 is better than the first one.
And yes, that's true.
Yeah, and I think Minion Rise of Gru has the same thing compared to the first one, because I fairly enjoyed this movie compared to the first one. Especially in the theaters, I laughed harder compared to the first one. So I would say I enjoyed the second one more than the first one. So it has the thing that that Godfather 2 has.
Since it's about just the Minions, is it like hardly any dialogue? It's just a bunch of baby gibberish talk throughout the entire movie.
No, there are times because like there's like a plot that preface. If you haven't seen the first one, I might be some spoilers, but there is a villain in that movie that obviously has a clear dialogue, that understandable dialogue compared to the Minions. So it's not all jibber jabber. So it's like there's like in between that it's Minions talking, then like other characters that are not Minions that are talking in between. So it's not completely like, oh, what are they saying? Like it's like 50-50 if anything.
Well,
Or
that's
70-30.
expected. Obviously,
Yeah.
it can't just be the Minions. I meant just like to carry a movie themselves, it's mostly following a plot that we're just picking up on mannerisms and just the cues of their surroundings. Like, let's say if they're just wandering into town and young Bob is going and pointing at the gift shop of toys and
That was
such.
pretty
He wants,
good.
it's okay. Like, we know what he wants. We know what they're doing. We can follow the story visually, but
Listen, man, if you spoke all Minionese is, to my knowledge, because I looked it up one time, it's English, French, Spanish, and then like a tiny bit of gibberish. So if you knew all three languages, you could speak.
I noticed that. But in this movie, I swear it was a lot more Spanish than normal.
Yes. Oh my God.
I
Yes.
noticed a lot more Spanish too.
Or you're not wrong.
I can't even give examples because it's throughout the whole movie. But I remember in the first Despicable Me, one of the minions gave Agnes this little toy and he just goes, para tu. That's when I really first realized, oh my God, wait, it's a mix of languages. This one, I heard por favor. I heard
La
a lot-
Historia.
It's a lot more obvious. Yeah.
Good night. Yeah. The thing, yeah.
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 But the other movie is about them going throughout the ages because apparently the minions have been on this earth for so long.
They're primordial. Duh.
Yeah. They've been here for ages, like since like the Ice Age. So I mean, yeah, they've been here for the longest time.
That decanonizes the story and the attraction Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, where well, Mannheim, yeah,
Mannheim?
they're playing the Christmas, yeah.
So one thing, speaking of decanonizing, one thing I thought of, like, kind of as it ended, if I remember, like, so the anti-villain league doesn't get introduced until Despicable Me 2, right? And I feel like I can't remember if it's a surprise to Gru that it exists. Like, for some reason, I feel like I remember him being surprised when he gets introduced to it. He's like, what? Like, what is this? But this movie basically just is like, nah, he knew about it. He just like, he has dementia, I guess, and just straight up.
I don't remember seeing that before. Was that in the sequel?
Yeah, because that's how he meets
They
Lucy.
kidnapped him. Yeah, they kidnapped him and
That's
they brought him to.
right.
Yeah, and then he becomes part of
Lucy,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
Which is interesting to think about because in this universe, are villains seen as like superheroes to everyone? For there to
In a
be
way.
a thing called anti-villain organization or whatever they're called?
I think villains are glorified. I mean, so you haven't seen the first Minions movie, but in that one, Gru and like a bunch of the Minions. Well, the Minions are searching for a new villain, right? And the first one they see before Gru is Scarlet
Overkill.
I don't remember her name.
Scarlet Overkill, yeah.
Scarlet Overkill.
Yes.
And she's at this like villain con, right? So like clearly villains are at least glorified in this universe.
That's probably the part where I watched because I remember from the segment I was watching of that first movie was the three main minions, right? Stuart, Kevin, and Bob were on a road trip with a family who end up being evil, going to the very same place they were going, the villain con. I can't exactly remember what happened in the villain con. I'll find out when the ride opens at Universal Studios. I'm really plugging them, aren't I?
Yeah, it's like you're a pass holder or something.
It's like an ad for Universal today.
Yeah,
You're really
like, what are you
giving
doing?
Mike Myers in a Cat in the Hat.
Yeah. Cha-ching!
Universal Studios. Wiki
I
here.
mean that in literally the nicest way. Like, I mean that because, like, it's so funny when you say that. All love, though. All love.
Which is the only good joke in that movie. And since we're on the topic of Universal Studios, I just want to bring up that they had this movie as a 15-minute preview that not a lot of people know about, but I got to see that a couple times. Okay.
So one kind of shifting gears. One thing I will give credit because I don't like all of Illumination stuff, but one thing I will give Illumination is I think their animation style is pretty good.
It is.
Yes.
Like, especially I've seen how they've clearly gotten better. Like, I think back to the original Despicable Me and it looked good, but this one, like, you can so clearly tell. I was just looking at the lighting and I do that on the side, so I notice it more. However, like, there was moments when like Kevin, Stuart, and Bob were sneaking over the fence and like the lighting on their backs and everything it was really good. I wouldn't necessarily compare it to like Pixar Toy Story levels, especially Toy Story 4, but it was still
in terms
like,
of animation.
yes, but it was still like pretty spot on.
No, it is actually really good, honestly. And you're right. No, I wouldn't compare it to like the details that Toy Story 4 had with the freaking cat or the little fuzz on Mr. Incredible's shirt. But there's almost like a checklist with Illumination films, right? Or even not just Illumination films, but like anything that's outside Disney. DreamWorks doesn't always have to follow it, but sometimes they also follow it. Is like it must end on a dance party, right? That's one thing I always notice.
Like
it's got to have the same gags for the little kids, like the kind of fart jokes that make it the nice PG level.
Oh, of course.
And it's got to have like something of a Illuminations really have been doing this probably because they realized it was such a success with the Minions. But it has to have some sort of marketable character to sell merchandise of. And to compare, so we have the Minions. The Lorax had the little bears. Like those were essentially minions in that one. I haven't seen Sing.
The koala bear, maybe?
I heard Sing 2 was actually good. So who am I to judge? I thought Sing would be a stupid one. I also thought Trolls would be a stupid one. But everyone keeps raging about Trolls. And honestly, the things of Trolls I've seen, they look good. But again, dance party stuff.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's kind of like, you don't want to like it, but it's marketed to be likable.
It's like a guilty pleasure. Yeah.
Now the question is, are they going to follow the same checklist for the new Mario Bros movie?
Oh God.
Yes, I would not be surprised because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
I don't want them to end on a dance party, but if they do it right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you be surprised? I can see Mario and Luigi just kicking it fixing some toilets while a dance party is happening.
But Illumination's also known for like bringing in music from, what am I trying to say? Pop culture music, right? So there's a hint that Bowser's gonna have a song in the movie. Obviously, he should. He's Jack Black. So if it's a musical, are they going to be singing pop culture songs, or are they going to be original songs? I think original songs would be even better, and it's not far fetched for Illuminations because the Lorax actually had original songs.
I really hope it's not a musical because you can't. I don't see Mario singing. I don't remember him in my childhood singing, so that would totally throw me off if I see him singing. No, I can't. That would be kind of annoying.
Have you ever heard Chris Pratt sing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard he sang 5,000 Candles in the Wind.
Yes, he did.
Oh.
That's all I know.
Little Sebastian.
One I can definitely see. I agree with Caesar though. I think it's definitely going to end because I predict what would happen is they're going to defeat Bowser, but then it's like gonna be like, oh, we forgive you or something, and then they're all gonna do a dance party.
Well, there's also got to be an open end for a sequel, right? Because this movie is gonna print money, so they're definitely gonna have to plan a sequel.
It's either gonna be Bowser again or it's gonna be Kamek.
I think it might just be Bowser again, and then the sequel they'll introduce Daisy and all the other Waluigi. And
I know we're totally straying off topic, but will Super Mario be popular? Because I know people our age will get that, but like the younger generations, like, do they even know what Mario is? Because
I think that's an all generation thing at this point.
Because I feel like they're gonna be forced by their parents to go see this movie. Because I know probably the 30, 40-year-olds are gonna be like, "Oh, we got to see Super Mario because he was part of my childhood." So
Is Mario in Fortnite?
Is he?
He's not. So he's not relevant. Anything relevant is in Fortnite.
See,
that's what I've learned.
I don't know about that. It's still gonna print money. But let's be honest, by the time this episode airs, the movie probably already came out.
I wonder how it did. Was it good? Bad?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
Maybe we'll review it someday.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think the movie overall was good. I paused it at one point just to like get up for a minute, and I was like, it's already at 50 minutes. Like, this movie, maybe it's just because I've watched a lot of like nearly 3-hour films of late, but I was like, damn, this is short.
It is, though.
It was very, very short.
And honestly, it's that entire B part of the movie, the middle section, just really flies by because it's kind of like a whole chase scene, but it's divided amongst 3 groups of character. Obviously, main group is Gru being tied up by the old man in his house. And wow, that sounded weird, but it's exactly what it is. Second one is that one minion trying to get back the stone, and he catches the ride. Thank you. And he catches a ride on the motorcycle, and they go on like a whole road trip thing. And then there's the 3 main minions, Stuart, Kevin, and Bob, who basically also follow the Vicious Six, or they're being chased by them. And they run into the Chinatown, and they learn Kung Fu from that one spa lady. Really does rush through. And then I guess somewhere in between is where they're trying to get to San Francisco. So they hijack the plane, as you see in the commercial, which is a funny scene. But it's like, man, all of this really flies within like 15 minutes of this movie. And then you realize it's been like 30, 40 minutes of the movie.
Can we talk about how Otto was just like strolling away, like literally like going like full on like Usain Bolt on that bike, on that little tricycle, like throughout deserts, and
it was
like
real or like
he was
it was like a drug trip or something. But my man's, I guess, has some calves or something.
Yo, like for a guy his size, I did not expect that. Like I was just shocked when I first saw it because he was full on like booking it. Like he had to go get that stone. He had to. It was like life or death situation, and he was just going at it like nothing else mattered.
He was struggling at first. I don't know why he picked up the pace all of a sudden. But I also really like the scene where he's trying to get back to Gru's house and almost loses the stone back when he first had the stone. And he's telling the story of how he lost it, and it's talking about how he tripped, and it's like rolling away, and then it gets thrown in the air, and he gets thrown in the air, and it almost catches into it. It almost slings onto the neck of a duck. and you think the duck's gonna fly away with it, but no, he's able to grab it and bring the duck down to the ground too. And in the end, he just trades it with the boy for a pet rock, which is
Pet
that
rock.
was pretty funny. I got to give it to them for that. I was like, okay, you think all these things are gonna go wrong, but then he just ultimately makes the wrong choice because he's an idiot minion.
He talks.
I will
so
say.
damn much.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I was saying he just talks so damn much. He just nonstop like a freaking faucet. Go ahead, Kira.
Oh yeah, no, I second that. Like I also remember watching the movie in the theater and like leaning over to my friend and I'm like, I really wish this one would shut the fuck up.
Oh.
But like I kind of like that it's just like a mindless movie. You know, like yes, you kind of sort of have to pay attention, but like no you don't if you don't want to cuz you can already like assume the ending, you know?
It's something to put on for your kids when they're running around too much, but it's not annoying to step away from the living room, you know?
Yeah, it's like background yeah.
But like it's if you want to watch it you can because it is good, but it's also not meant to be a deep heavy thing for kids to get zoned out on. Like it's zany enough for them to be interested in and for us as adults to also laugh at and find the art in. I guess it's weird to say art in, but it's a funny movie. It is what it is. I get what they're trying to sell and I'm not bothered by it.
Oh, hold on. This movie has some art behind it because I know we're jumping around a lot, but the fight scene at the end.
Oh, that was cool.
The underdog against the big dog. You
That
think
was
the big
good.
dog's gonna win? Yeah, the underdog had it. They believed in themselves. So hey, kids out there, don't let them bring you
Believe.
down. Believe in yourself. You got this.
Just do it.
I thought you were gonna say that I had the Mona Lisa. That's why there's art in the movie.
Oh,
Which
that's
is
good.
Which
That's
funny
good.
because they totally just made a joke about when the Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre. So you kind of think, oh, this villain is actually the guy that did it. So just a
It
little
might have
funny.
been Helen. His wife.
What was in the bank, right?
Yeah.
That's where they stole it from, and that's where we meet the character who plays Vector's dad, and he's just Tellus, right? Is that what they're called at the bank?
A teller?
Tellers,
A
yeah.
teller? Yeah.
A tellus? You call it a tellus?
I don't know.
What the
That
hell's
is,
a tellus? That sounds like.
That's the verb for it. So you
really?
you are a teller and you tell us people.
But then I guess he grows up in the company.
Well, yeah,
In the
I mean,
bank.
by Despicable Me, he's the main guy. He's the owner.
He's the crime boss.
Big
Yeah,
boss.
I just like how he's kind of nice in this movie, but by the time he gets older,
Yeah.
there was just like, I don't know, there was like funny moments. So like when they come back to the house and like they open the door and like realize everything's broken when the house was like 3 stories tall and is no like it took them till opening the door. I was like, okay, so we're just blind.
One low-key moment about this movie, the one thing about the movie Minions overall that I find hilarious is when they dress up as like females or males, like as they're
expressing themselves.
but the funny it happened in this movie. Okay, like they would wear dresses and they would have like things on their chests, to imitate breasts, and they use oranges, I think. And I remember there were times that the fruit would actually drop, and I find that hilarious how they keep that going. They just they commit to the bit of like being a woman, like being dressed up, getting a wig, getting some oranges to put on their chest. Commit to the character or who they are.
Listen, man, like you saw how committed Otto was to that stone. The minions commit to the bits.
He grabbed a duck.
Honestly, these minions that do dress up as women, they are very committed to it that I think they're almost like expressing themselves more when they're dressed up that way, right? Kind of like Peakley and Lilo and Stitch.
Yes.
That's a great comparison.
I like the parallels to Despicable Me. Like it starts off with Gru entering that ice cream parlor and he cheese rays everyone like cheese ray. And then in the original movie, he's freeze raying them the same way.
There is this movie is meant to, I think, be the direct thing to the first Despicable Me film. So it's some good parallels. I like it.
Which movie do you think they're going to make next? Despicable Me 4 or Minions 3.
God, I hope they don't make any others. I really
I
do.
felt like this one was a good ending.
No, they're gonna make more.
I just-
They're
they're
gonna make more.
like,
It's Illumination.
I don't understand what else they could do.
they made so much money. It's not even funny. Just based off the past 2 Minion movies themselves, it's like almost $1 trillion.
It's almost
Oh
like
my-
another checklist is they have to make sequels. Now, I guess they haven't for the Grinch or the Lorax. So maybe there might be a reason with Dr. Seuss characters why they can't do that.
I think
But
it's probably
anything else.
Yeah, it's IP stuff, but the Minions, it's all them. They can
Yeah.
do whatever they want.
And they will, because they know the Minions, let's be honest, are practically Universal's Mickey Mouse now.
Correct.
Oh, definitely.
Unfortunately,
Because no one really knows who Woody Woodpecker is.
no.
They really tried to make
R.I.P.
that their mascot, but
Yeah.
mainly just the 90s.
He was for definitely a while, but
They tried.
yeah.
But also, the Minions are all there's so many characteristics that you can't just pick one Minion, but everyone still knows a Minion when they see it.
The Minions are also, to my knowledge, very popular outside of the US.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I think in like the Asian countries, like they go hard for them.
Yeah, I love the Minions.
And Europe.
Oh,
They really love them.
So like I feel like you constantly hear people narc on the Minions in like the US, so like, oh, why are the Minions still popular? They suck. They're like the Rabbids of like the cinema. They're so annoying all the time. Yeah, it's because the rest of the world still actually loves them.
Anything that's popular gets milked. And they get milked because it's popular. So even if you are
It's our cash cow till it's not.
exactly, because remember how everyone was annoyed with Frozen when that was popular?
Mhm.
Because it was milked everywhere. Disney knew what they had because it was obviously a big phenomenon. So they're gonna make the money if they can. Same with Universal. They're gonna milk the Minions. just let it happen, and then over
Let it
time
be. Yeah.
everyone will start realizing, oh, I'm so annoyed by this, it's being milked, and then it'll start dying out. And just like with today with Frozen, people were like, man, Frozen is good. Like, it's not so milked anymore. Like, it is actually a good movie. And then the sequel comes out. It's getting milked. It's so annoying. It's everywhere. It is what it is. You can't fight it.
Yeah.
Just choose the side of love.
Choose the side of. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You gotta do what
Fair
you gotta do.
enough.
Yeah.
Overall, cute.
Can we talk about how much Gru got abused in this movie? This boy
Dude,
literally
these
got
people-
like almost thrown out of a building, and then like he got not hung, but like his arms was like stretched out of like a clock tower, and I think it was London or whatever city they were in. Just like
That was San Francisco.
San Francisco. I totally got it wrong. Sorry. But yeah, can we talk about he got I feel like he's probably like what, 9 or 8?
He said he was 11.
It was his true villain origin story.
But like, damn, like he abusing the kid. He's not even in his teens yet. He's getting so much abuse from these adults.
Not as much as abuse he will get as an adult.
But at least then he can defend himself.
I feel like the characters are just. I mean, we look at the Minions. The Minions get like absolutely obliterated in this film, which leads me to think like, are the Minions immortal?
I thought they were indestructible. And I guess they're immortal because they lived in the times of BC, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, if you think about it, yeah, they've been here for the longest time. I bet you Jesus was a minion.
Oh my god,
Okay.
please don't.
Okay. Enough.
Remember how I said about digging and fishing for jokes and content? This is where we're starting to feel the review stretch out a little farther than it needs to. So maybe we can move on to see trivia if everyone is okay with that.
I had to say it.
Sure.
Okay, Caesar.
Oh wait, I want to talk something else about the movie.
Oh, but you used that time to talk about Minion Jesus. So why don't you just rethink about that one and your choices next time?
It was a funny thought. Okay, so there was this one scene that they were in the forest with the master that was teaching them karate. And I remember she told him, "Hey, bring out your inner beast."
You just dig down deep, find your inner beast, and
Gesundheit?
Now you try.
Oh,
Rawr. I found that shit hilarious when I first heard that in the movie. I busted out laughing.
Well, Bob's just the baby, right?
Bob is fierce.
I love it. Yes.
Where's his teddy bear?
He
Teddy
wait,
A
Tim.
couple scenes.
wait, where was his teddy bear? He wasn't he didn't go on the trip. I know it was in a flashback. Where was his teddy bear? Huh.
Gotta love Teddy Tim.
Teddy.
How many people actually know that's his name? Is that a thing in the movie?
I don't.
No.
I think. Oh, I don't know.
I don't
Truthfully.
think yeah, I don't think so. Because I can't remember him saying, well, I mean, maybe he's probably said it in his language, but I doubt people really know that's actually he has a name like Teddy Tim. Unless
It's
you actually
probably
go
on
to
it's just on the tag of the toy, right?
yeah, I would
I
say
believe
so.
so.
Yeah.
That's the only way to know. Like the Star Wars toys, like Greedo. Well, Greedo's a bad example. Literally, characters like Salacious Crumb, you wouldn't know that name unless you actually saw the toy packaging.
Referring to my man Jarl Poof of the Jedi Council.
That's a little different.
It is. It absolutely. You talking about obscure Star Wars characters. That's
But
definitely
like the ones that you wouldn't know their names unless you're a true Star Wars fan because it's on the toys and that's just naturally where they came from.
Correct.
George Lucas loved that when Kenner just started renaming characters that were 2 seconds on. Like they only had a cameo of 2 seconds in the films, and now they get a toy. Like George Lucas loved when they put a name on them. All right, so yeah, Inner Beast, kind of like the hit movie Split with the inner split personality, right?
And glass, yeah.
What
yeah.
the heck?
Because that was also about like the inner beast, and I guess we all know what that means. Like when you're just so much on rage and emotion that you become 5 times stronger.
Yeah, and you
go out of
literally just
control.
beat large zodiac monsters. Yeah, every Tuesday, absolutely.
Honestly, when Mercury is in retrograde, I feel it.
I did think the design of the Zodiac monsters were pretty cool. I liked how they were all the characters of the Chinese Zodiacs. I was even waiting for the rat because that's my Zodiac, that's my year. And then the rat actually became the outcome. So they all turned into little rats, and that's how they go to prison.
Mhm.
That's pretty funny.
So it begs the question: there's a stone in this movie, and there are stones in the Marvel universe.
Oh,
The
So we're-
Infinity Stones.
So we're Groot team up with Thanos so they can actually take over the universe.
You see,
I would believe that.
this is the kind of comment I want to hear, Caesar. Because now you just opened up a jar of worms where we can now compare the Infinity Stones with this one little amulet from this movie. And now we can now link the two universes to see how they may have a giant cinematic universe within the Minions world.
So what you're saying is that in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, Gru is going to show up with the minion. Is
Yeah.
this hearing?
In the next portal scene, you just have a bunch of minions collapsing on each other. And they're not even joining the fight. They're all just playing football with a banana or something.
I think I would walk out of the theater if that happened.
No, that would be great. That would be a great crossover. Come on, that would be
Okay,
great.
that would be terrible if that was in a Marvel movie. But imagine the next Minions movie where they totally like spoof that scene in Endgame.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
That'd be kind of cool.
Like
I would
imagine.
not put it past Illumination.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, say in a long distant future, Disney is really desperate. They need money, and Universal's over here with the minions still striving and getting gains. Disney's like, hey, you got minions, we got Marvel. Let's do some work together. And bing bong boom, you got minions as a Captain America kicking ass.
Oh,
You know what's funny about that, Caesar? Disney doesn't have to negotiate anything because Marvel's already in Islands of Adventure.
Oh my god, so they can already do it. Oh
my god.
You son of a gun.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Cha-ching!
Y'all get get a patent for this.
Really plugging them.
Yeah, a patent.
Don't
Trademark
let your
that's
work
true.
go with inappropriate credit. Make sure you get the credit you deserve.
Okay, so I'm throwing out an idea right now for Universal. If you're listening, here's an idea.
If only we had friends on the inside.
For your new theme park, Epic Universe, here what you do.
My God.
You make a minion ride that crosses over with Marvel. So you have you make the minions as an Iron Man, a Captain America, a Black Widow, a Thor, a Loki. You make that crossover, and they try to defeat Vector and the past minion like Despicable Me villains. And you make that a thing. You bring in Thanos, who's gonna help the villains of Despicable Me. That's a whole ride. You can make it like a dark ride. You can make it like a simulation. You can make it like a roller coaster. Anything you want to do, copyright it. We copyrighted already, so you can't steal our stuff. So yeah, contact us. Remove meter.
Even as just plushies, dressed like the characters, that would sell enough.
Yes, it would.
Dressing a minion as every Marvel character, that'd be quite a collection you can start.
Like imagine you got like movies, you got TV shows, you're gonna have video games, you're gonna have shirts. Oh my god, you're gonna have like new imagine the Disney ears, just minions and
video games.
Y'all, you need to be careful. Some marketing exec at Universal is going to hear all this and be like, "Wait a minute."
Look, Mario is a video game.
Mario is a video game. You're so correct.
So you're
Illuminations is making a Mario movie.
So you're telling me
you got a crossover that they can legally do.
Oh my god!
Legally to the degree, because I'm sure Nintendo very, very much was present in every little creative aspect for this movie, right? So
definitely, yeah.
Which is why it's going to be good, because they're pressured. And Universal, they work better under pressure.
Nintendo to want the minions.
That's when you see a minion in Mario Kart next time you buy the game.
Oh my god.
I'm sure there's already a minion crossover with Jurassic Park or something, if I'm not mistaken, like of a toy or something.
That would be funny.
I mean, they're close, man.
It's too easy.
It really is.
Both Universal properties, like I'd be astonished if they haven't done that yet. And if I even see it, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd just think, sell out.
I'd be like, that was our idea. We thought of it first.
But Marvel characters, that's kind of cool.
That's our idea.
See trivia?
Sure, let's go. Let's do it.
It's your show, so you gotta do the thing.
Wait for my jazz music. And welcome to See Trivia. How we doing tonight, boys and girl?
Boys and K-Dog.
I don't know why I said it like that, but
you even stopped yourself from saying guys to boys.
I don't know why
it's like boys and the not boy.
The not boy.
Oh my god. I lie. Anyway, I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
Oh yeah, I'm doing okay. I forgot to respond to that.
Thank you.
Let's just get to these questions.
Okay, so we have 6 questions for everyone tonight. There are 1 true or false and 5 multiple choice. Are we ready?
Always.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second to get my scoreboard. Okay. First question. Oh, also, I have questions that show if you really, really pay attention to the movie. So hopefully you were. Okay. So first question. In the ice cream shop where Gru and his 3 minions were in, there's a chocolate bottle on the counter. How was chocolate spelled? You have 4 potential answers.
What the heck?
Is it A, cocoa sauce, B, choco sauce, C, dark sauce, or D, fudge sauce? Let's start with Bailey.
Right, so cocoa, choco, dark, or fudge, right?
Yes.
God, this is like, what kind of question is this?
I want to see if you're paying attention, because Peter's like, you do questions that show you're paying attention to the movie.
This is like that.
I was about to say, this is actually a lot better than, what was this behind the scenes? What happened here that you wouldn't know?
Those are good questions.
Make a strong guess.
I mean, it is a very good question. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's the basketball people throwing the ball back and forth, and it's like, did you see the monkey? And you're like, what? I'm gonna guess fudge sauce. I'll go with that. Final answer.
Okay, Kira.
I'm gonna go with the choco or choco.
Okay, and Peter.
I'm gonna go with choco sauce. I need that on a t-shirt, and we need to copyright that if that's not the answer.
Correct. Would also like it in a cap, like a baseball cap.
Well, you guys, it's gonna be a shirt. It's B. It's choco sauce.
Oh, show us. The two gingers got it right.
The merch opportunity's gone.
Okay, on to the next one. True or false? This is Illumination's first film to receive a PG rating from the MPA 2 years before its official release. True or false? Let's start with Peter.
True.
I love the confidence, Peter. Okay, Bailey.
True.
Okay, and Kira.
I believe that is false.
Well, the correct answer is true, unfortunately.
I
That
would have done the same
happens.
thing, Kira. That would have put you as a leg up between everyone else.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, this movie, because they were supposed to release 2021, 22, the pandemic happened, at least in 22, so
All right.
got pushed.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even think.
Violence in this movie, 100%.
Okay, on to the next one. So, I know for me, when this movie was being promoted, I saw a bunch of trailers for it, and this song was always associated with this movie, so I always remember that. So, which song was associated with one of the trailers for this movie? You have 5 potential answers. Is it A, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, B, Bad by Michael Jackson, C, I'm Still Standing by Elton John, D, Lose Yourself by Eminem, or E, All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled? Let's start with Kira.
Well, I'm gay, so I have to choose Elton John.
Okay.
I just want you all to know that it's in my contract of being not hetero.
It's the only choice. when you discovered you were gay, you were like, you're only allowed to like Elton John.
How does that work? You just sound like, okay, I got
I
like
have
Elton
to go with,
John.
and for those reasons, I am selecting Sir Elton John.
Okay, Bailey.
Bad. I'll go with bad.
And Peter.
All I do is win.
Well, not this time, because all 3 of you got it wrong.
What is it?
That was nice.
The correct answer is Lose Yourself by Eminem.
Oh,
That's fair. That's what I
that
was
was
thinking.
my
but I was
second choice.
The Elton John one's in Sing.
That's what I was gonna choose, but the paperwork is the paperwork. I gotta do it my contract.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Legally speaking, you gotta do it.
Legally speaking. Oh, my word.
Okay, on to the next one. This is another question that show if you're paying attention to the movie. Okay, so there was a scene that the minions were driving an airplane, and things were happening. I think it was Stuart that was in the bathroom one point, and shit's in the fan. Airplane goes upside down one point, and you see Stuart walk out of the bathroom with toilet paper all over himself. What color was that toilet paper?
Oh, I actually do notice.
Oh, I know this one.
Was it A, gray, B, pink, C, white, or D, red? Let's start with Peter.
Pink.
Okay, and Kira.
Pink.
And Bailey.
Oh, I think I just gotta go with pink.
My God, you guys are really good at paying attention. It was pink, yeah, wow.
I'm back on the board.
Yes.
I don't think you are because we all just won that. So we just
Let her have it.
I tried.
Okay,
double
okay.
negative ourselves here.
Let them have this.
Okay. Okay, so on to the 5th one. You know I love my number questions. So, how much money did this movie make? You have 4 potential answers. Is it A, 939 million, B, 1.1 billion, C, 900 million, or D, 960 million?
Why are you so close with these numbers?
Let's start with Bailey.
160.
Okay, Peter.
Well, I liked how you jumped from millions to billions and then back to like the same range of millions. So I don't know. Just go with E, whatever the last one was.
There's no E.
Whatever the last one was.
Okay. Okay, and Kira.
I'm probably gonna go with the last one on this as well. What the other two were saying.
The correct answer is A, 939 million.
Is that the last one?
Wow.
I knew it didn't make $1 billion. I knew it wasn't because like I think the original Minions or something probably made close to $1 billion, but I was like, this definitely didn't.
Yes, you were correct, Bailey. The first one did make $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. No wonder why they milk it.
As I say, yeah. Crossover at Disney. Do it. On to the next one. Okay. On to the final question. So, during the training montage with Master Chow, when they were in the San Francisco Bay or in the water near it, Stewart had a lunchbox. But who was on that lunchbox? You have 4 potential answers. Was it A, Gru, B, Wild Knuckles, C, himself, or D, Scarlet Overkill? Let's start with Bailey.
You know, why did I think you were actually gonna ask this question? It's Scarlet Overkill.
Kira
Scarlet.
and Peter.
Bailey seemed very confident, so I'm gonna go with Scarlet.
Wow. This ain't fair. I thought this would be the one to stump you guys. Yup, it's Scarlet. Wow, okay.
Well, did you bring up her name earlier?
I did.
Then you set yourself up for that one.
But that's okay, because, like, I'm back on the board again.
Sure.
I think.
Okay, who won?
Give me a
We're all
minute.
winners here. Okay, I'll never say that
You're
again.
invited every week.
We're allowed to lose. It's okay.
All of you are winners in my book. You're all winners in my book.
Ally.
So that's it then.
Okay, so I tallied up the marks. Okay, so first place, Peter, you had 4 questions right.
Oh.
Then Kira and Bailey, you guys were tied up. You had 3 questions right.
Wait, I won?
Yeah, you won, surprisingly.
Wait,
I feel like because he's the host, he had to win, but that's because
I
I'm
feel like
suspicious.
as the host I shouldn't win, right? This is like playing bingo at the senior home. I shouldn't be winning.
Well,
It's okay.
it's not rigged because I didn't tell Peter the answers beforehand, so he wouldn't know. So, okay, fine. Kira and Bailey, you guys won. Peter, you lost.
Hey, this is rigged.
Okay.
And that has been the trivia. Have a good night, everyone.
Oh, God bless. Safe travels.
Joke's on you. You're gonna get taxed on that new car. We should probably start giving out prizes to the winner, right?
We can give them
yeah.
Like an
I know.
incentive of not a reach.
I like money.
That'd be way too many reshuffle cards, and I don't want to give people that
Oh,
power.
I was gonna say yeah.
We'd have to think of something that they can use in this show, right? But I don't know. Why does reshuffle cards seem like the only option?
You can do a card that's like you get to be host for a day.
Oh,
That's kind of cool.
we'll let the
That also
audience
feels like-
decide.
If not, we will.
Twitter at Review-O-Meter without hyphens in the username. Okay, let's jump up to the scale, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
It has now come to that moment that you've all been waiting for, the scale. The scale is a ranking of how we rate each of the titles we reviewed in this theme, with the one we have watched today. So, going from our least favorite to our most favorite, how would you rank Minions: The Rise of Skywalker?
Whoa. No. Oh, that's another pretentious crossover. They can do it. Yo, this is
Oh
okay.
my God.
Okay. Hear me out. Here's a little sales pitch, just like a little Shark Tank within the segment.
I'm
Okay,
scared.
here it is. Okay, so you know how I mentioned Marvel with Disney, right? Okay, Disney. When you read down your luck, you got Star Wars. You also had Minions. This is when you bring it in. This is when you have like a Darth Minion and a Minion Skywalker. You know, do battle out, or even do like a freaking like Rey Minion or
Minion with Darth Maul face paint.
Oh my God, that's it's writing itself.
Why are you encouraging this?
I
Peter?
Writing
honestly
itself.
don't know because I just threw in the joke for like a little gimmick laugh, and then I was gonna continue on with my sentence, and then I just got Caesar on a new tangent. So
It's writing itself.
I'm sorry.
It's freaking like it's totally. You can do this with anything. Well, almost anything.
okay,
maybe.
so again, our least favorite to our most favorite. How would you rank today's title, Minions: The Rise of Gru, amongst
okay.
Monster House, 21 Jump Street, and Labyrinth? Let's start with Bailey.
All right, so least favorite, 21 Drum Street, man.
What the
I-
fuck?
you know-
Oh.
I'm sorry,
What
Caesar.
the hell? Oh my god! I mean,
Listen.
so you think Monster House is better? Oh, I'm so sorry, but
Listen,
what?
I'm gonna listen. If these are hot takes, these are gonna be hot takes. But I like some of the jokes from 21 Jump Street. I laughed a couple times, but it's just not for me. I don't like Jonah Hill's style of comedy that much. Like, it's okay. Second is Monster House. Good. I really like the animation. The story is kind of bonkers when you think about it, and all the adult characters are insane. Third is this movie. I think it's cute. I think the animation is good, but is it like super good beyond just like I'm just gonna watch it with my kids? No. And then finally is Labyrinth, because that's like the one movie I think that's like genuinely really good.
I'm glad
It
you liked
has
it.
like a killer soundtrack. It's got David Bowie. It's good.
And that was your first time watching it too, right?
It was.
Yeah.
So the fact that I think so highly of it, I think just proves how good it is. And that was my first time watching Rise of Gru too. So, like clearly, like I think highly of that too.
So wait, so let me get straight. So 4 is Monster House, 3 is Rise of Gru, 2 is 3 was
no.
21 Jump Street. Yeah, that's right. 21 Jump Street, and 2
Monster
was
House.
Rise of Gru, and then 1 was Labyrinth.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
You know I'm keeping track of it too.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to be because he said 4 and then 3 and like 2. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I also like out of all the films, like Rise of Gru, pretty good music, but like, come on, man, Dance Magic Dance.
That's a fair comparison. Could you got an actual art compared to like these minions just speaking like gibberish? That's not fair. That's not fair.
Doesn't mean they have to be bad at singing, Caesar.
True. Wait, hold on. They do sing in this movie. They do sing in like almost every single meme movie and like minion movies. I mean,
Minions sing in every movie. They sing a random pop culture song and turn into gibberish.
exactly. That's musical. That's art. It's art right there.
It's art.
It's art. There's like the Mona Lisa. Yeah.
Okay, Kira.
All right, so my number one pick, Minions: Rise of Gru. It's just
This is your
a
favorite?
stupid, funny movie.
This is your favorite?
Well said.
Yes.
Oh, you're going backwards. Okay.
And I'll see it again. Second one, even though I wasn't here for the episode, probably 21 Jump Street. Just because, like, oh my god, I'm totally blanking on their names. Jonah Hill. Oh my god. Channing Tatum.
Mhm.
I like their energy when they're together, even though, to Bailey's point, I kind of do hate that they make Jonah Hill kind of play, like, the stupid, like, character. But other than that, I think it's like a good.
He's typecast.
Wait, say that again?
He is the Jonah Hill character. That's his character.
Yeah, that's also fair.
Labyrinth and Monster House.
She hated both of those
Yeah.
movies.
She didn't even finish Labyrinth.
Oh, she did it? I thought she said in the last one.
I finished the film, but then I left.
Oh,
And I
okay.
honestly, I don't remember why I left, but I had to go somewhere, but I don't remember where. I would say, this is hard.
Ouch.
I would probably put Monster House 3
Oh.
and then Labyrinth 4. Just
Damn.
because, like, I didn't care for, like, the main character, even though I'm all for, like, women sticking together. Like, good actress, just her character sucked.
Jennifer
You know what I
Connelly?
mean?
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah, it's her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll kind of agree with that.
I mean,
She was
Bailey.
really relatively young though.
Bailey.
That
you
is true. So she really did understand the assignment. It just, as a viewer, you're like, oh, it's gonna be one of like those, like it starts off where it's like, oh, it's gonna be one of those movies, like the stepmom and the daughter don't get along, and I was like, okay, but like it was like a cool movie. Like the idea of it was kind of cool, and like the little characters she met along the way were cool, but I don't know. I don't know. Nothing. The movie isn't bad. That's just how it felt.
Caesar.
I was gonna say before, Bailey, you the same person that said she was confused the whole time.
That's true. That's true. It's my favorite movie. I'm not saying it's a perfect movie though.
Okay, so my ranking is my number 4 is Monster House. Monster House is one of those movies that you just put it on and you're just along for the ride. Especially if it's not Halloween. You should watch it probably during Halloween, but I mean, it's one of those movies that you know what you're getting from it. So it's a good animated movie nonetheless, but compared to the next 3, it's not that good. Okay, on to the third one. My number 3. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. When I came up with this list, I had a difficult time. So they're kind of interchangeable because these 3 movies are special to me in a different way. But my number 3 is Labyrinth. David Bowie killed it in this movie, as we said before. Dance Magic Dance, classic as always. My number 2 is 21 Jump Street. Even though that was my movie that I chose, 21 Jump Street is one of those movies that if you want to laugh your ass off, you got it, Chief. That's your movie. But the more I hear people say about the movie, like, oh, it has too many dick jokes, things like that, Jonah Hill being Jonah Hill, the more I'm just like, yeah, I can see how some people might not find that so appealing. So yeah, that's my number 2. And my number 1 is going to be Minion Rise of Gru.
My jeez.
That movie is one of the movies that it's totally better than the original. Like I said before, it's the Godfather scenario when you have is better than the original, or like when Terminator 2 Judgment Day, it's totally better than the first one. So Minions Rise of Gru, even if you haven't seen Despicable Me, you still that franchise, you still find a way to you're gonna have a good time because you know what's going on. You know you're just in for a nice, enjoyable ride, silly ride nonetheless. It's just a good time, funny time,
silly goofy time,
and it's a goofy time. It's a goofy time, and that goofy time might have a crossover with Star Wars or Marvel down the road. You never know. You heard it here first. Breaking news, it might happen, but calling it now, exactly. And so that's my number 1, and that is my ranking.
All right, it's wrong, but you know.
What do you mean it's wrong?
I don't know. You know why.
What do you mean? Why is it wrong?
21 Jump Street.
Oh, okay. Okay, like I said, it was difficult because I like all 3 of those movies a lot. But I had this, like, they're interchangeable. Like, at least the first top 2 are interchangeable nonetheless. But still, I had trouble with it, so there it is.
So, normally I like that we review titles within one theme because there's a shared medium, right? Yeah, so there's a similar medium between different titles and a theme because maybe they share the same, not like genre, not the same story, but there's almost like you can tell it was made by the same creators or something along that, right? Netflix guest choice very much ruins that. So it's so hard, even the last time we did Netflix guest choice, to actually truly compare these films. It's almost not fair, and my real issue is comparing 21 Jump Street with Labyrinth, because in some time I'm gonna think I'd rather watch 21 Jump Street than Labyrinth, and then another day I'm gonna think, well, I'd rather watch Labyrinth than 21 Jump Street, because what are you like looking for? But for my list, I'm still gonna put Monster House on the bottom where it belongs.
Hey!
Oh my god.
Then this is where it's so tricky.
See?
It's so weird for me to pick 21 Jump Street above Labyrinth, but for some reason, just when I look back on just our viewings, I was able to engage. I felt more engaged to 21 Jump Street, even though I'm not saying it's a great comedy. It is the only comedy we really had in these. And I don't always pick the comedy, but just, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to lie to myself, but I also don't want to like, I'm just going to continue on. Okay. Labyrinth is our next up here. And then
would you consider Minions, sorry to cut you off, but would you consider Minions Rise of Gru a comedy?
Yes, but it's a kid's comedy.
Would you consider a children's comedy film a comedy?
21 Jump Street went with the cheap jokes, shooting dicks off and whatnot. Like, it could be better. And honestly, Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill, they're kind of replaceable if you ask me. You can get any other comedian.
It's the truth, brother.
Like I said, the other guys pretty much beats 21 Jump Street. If that was on the list, 21 Jump Street's going to the bottom. Well, that is if we don't have Monster House. Anyways, yeah, so Labyrinth, then 21 Jump Street. I'm gonna put Minions: The Rise of Gru on top, mostly because since it was my first viewing, and because even prior from when I heard people saying it was actually a good movie, I kind of have this pre-mindset thinking that it's not going to be so great, that it's just obviously another Minions movie, literally about the Minions to make more money. How much could there really be in the movie? Even after finally watching it, I'm a little surprised of how funny it is, like how creative it does try to be. So they're trying to give an effort, so I admire that. So I'm putting it on the top. And averaging it all out is actually the same between me and Caesar. It's Monster House at the bottom, Labyrinth, 21 Jump Street, and then Minions: The Rise of Gru. I realize in the last other themes that we've covered, we actually didn't really average at the end. And it's kind of not fair to average it when we don't really have the same people every week. So,
idea. So you replace Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill with Minions, right?
Oh my Jesus.
now you got a movie.
Imagine, like, them going to high school, trying to stop a drug circle. Just trying to stop it. Imagine the hijinks they would get in, shooting dicks off, even though they themselves don't have penises or any sort of genitalia.
You know, the way the Minions go in disguise, dressing up as families in supermarkets and such, that's not far-fetched of them dressing up as teenagers.
Right?
And attending a high school. Actually, you got something there, Caesar. I think that'd actually be a very enjoyable.
Or here's another one. Imagine David Bowie. No, not David. Okay, no, leave David Bowie alone. Leave him there. Imagine a minion as the lead female character in the movie, and you have that same minion that counters other minions throughout the whole journey to get to the castle to get the baby.
And let's say the labyrinth is actually in the house, the monster house.
Yeah. Oh my God! See, connecting everything, all connects.
It's literally all connected now. Oh, look at that! There's a medium. I didn't know what I was talking about. Oh boy. So, who's got stuff to plug? Bailey.
No, I'm good. Just still living life. Thanks for having me on as always. You know, even if the opinions are wrong and there's crazy theories, I love it.
Oh my God.
It's been a pleasure having you as well. Kira.
Of course.
Gotta follow what Bailey is saying, but just kind of chilling, staying in my lane, wishing all the best for all of you guys,
And Kira, it's been a pleasure having you here as well. Caesar, can you tell everyone where they can listen to this podcast?
You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Review-O-Meter, without any of the hyphens in the username. Make sure to check out the YouTube channel, PJM Entertainment. And why not? Go to Instagram. Go message Peter at Ewok Peter. Yeah, Ewok, I forgot what it was.
I'm not going to correct you because they don't need to do that.
If you listen to past episodes, you already know what it is, Just go listen to past episode, message him. Give him some ideas about Minions and a crossover with other franchises, Let's do that.
Gosh.
Sorry. I got it. I got another idea. Okay. Hear me out.
So many ideas today.
Okay. So we have a crossover with the Muppets and the Minions. So we have, I don't know if you can either make them like live Minions, make them like animated, bringing the Muppets to the Minion world, maybe become animated somehow, do that. Or you even have like a Minion show. We have like Kevin as like Kermit, Bob as like Miss Piggy, and Stuart as Gonzo. Have a show, do a show, 5-6 seasons, make a movie.
5-6 seasons.
You do.
Man, the Muppets ABC show didn't last that long.
You do. When you got gold in your pocket,
you keep at it.
You gotta keep at it. You gotta keep adding gold to your gold sack that you already have. You gotta keep going.
Oh my God.
So 5-6 seasons, 7 movies, 8 movies. You die down in the mid 2000s, and then you come back with like 3 movies, and then you start your own. Oh, this is even before you somehow get a Disney ride with the Minions as Muppets, and just go on from there.
I'm just gonna cut you off because it's time to continue on with this show in our very most important segment. So thank you all for being a guest in tonight's recording and sharing your reviews of this lovely film. If you enjoy this show, to you, the listeners, please check out another episode. I mean, that's really what we want, right? We always say like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, but in reality, what we really want is for you to just check out more of the stuff. We review this. We review all these movies and shows and all these different episodes we have laying around. Like, don't just pick this one because it was a favorite movie of yours. Go check out another. We got lots of fun ones, even movies that you haven't seen before. There's some good entertainment, and honestly, I think personally, some of our funniest things are from those episodes. The ones that nobody's really going to click on because they're not really popular films.
Like Babes in Toyland.
Sure.
Or you get,
honestly.
My god.
Or You Wish.
Please.
Or Rick Rose.
So yeah, we constantly. I don't know about. Yeah, we constantly review random titles within random themes. So this is just how we do things. And speaking of, it's actually time for us to review our next theme.
Oh yeah!
So let's go ahead and activate the Review-O-Meter Shuffler, which isn't broken. And the winner is...
Whoa! Minions as the Marvel Cinematic Universe!
I love this part.
Otherwise known as Marvel on Disney Plus.
No Minions. I repeat, there are no Minions.
It happened, guys. Disney heard our calls. It happened already. We got our own thing. We're getting like money for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted it, you demanded it, it's here.
We're repeating themes, aren't we?
That's great. I love it.
So the question is, are we focusing on MCU, or are we just going to do the same as last time where it's all of Marvel? Because according to this, it pretty much means all of Marvel on Disney Plus.
I think all of Marvel. There's some genuine, like some good non-MCU stuff on Disney Plus. Like all the Spider-Man cartoons.
There's also that Phineas and Ferb episode.
The one Phineas and
I
Ferb.
swear to you,
What?
it's on the shuffler. The one episode of Phineas and Ferb Marvel. Mission Marvel.
What?
Oh, I hope we get that.
Oh my god.
Thank you for listening to this podcast where we just reviewed Minions, The Rise of Gru, part of our Netflix guest choice theme. Join us next time where we will review another random title in our new theme, Marvel on Disney Plus.
And remember, kids, don't forget to eat nuts and kick butt.
Here at Review-O-Meter.